another thing that makes it super clear that most people don't have competence, and I say this also in my book. I say most people do not have competence, and I say this, for example, under some of my videos. People say like, or for example, on the Darius J. Wright video, they say that I'm not authentic at all, like not at all. And it's funny because there's probably no one as authentic and open and clear as me, talking about basically my life and how I see things, and how open I am also to things that would actually be detrimental to talk about. For example, when I said that I paid for a girl to give me company, okay, then I'm super open in terms of like authenticity. And see, for example, a lot of spiritual people, they never give their sources, like because there's some jealousy and fear of losing, of what is it called? Not authenticity, authority. So a lot of people in spirituality are, for example, okay, let's say you have an awakening or some kind of insight, and you consider yourself spiritual, and then you go about promoting that because you want to make money. So it's survival and procreation again, like I talk about in my book. And then you are afraid to tell people where actually you got your information from. And there's many people like that, because they're afraid that you will then leave and go to the other person. And that's not authentic. You're actually hiding your teacher, where you got this from. And it could be a small thing. Like, for example, let's say you went to a workshop, something where you learned something, and it was like a deeper recognition. Or, for example, you learned somewhere where you did, I don't know, breath work, and then you do it with someone else. You're hiding from whom you've learned it because you don't want to lose your clientele. And that's not authentic, really. It's like Sadhguru, for example. Sadhguru learned from others his yoga, his techniques and stuff, but he never mentions it. Yeah, so it's a part of manipulative image design, you could say. And that's definitely not authentic. And I 100% say that my awakening, whether you believe it or not, it came through Muji. I was listening to his videos every single day until the awakening happened. And then a week later, I became a Tantra master. So, and I'm not hiding that at all. Although I know, also why? Because in a way, no, there's no fear. There's just no fear. It's like everything will be fine without having to hide something. And what's really authentic is when in your heart energy you like people to grow, whether you know them or not, and that's truly spiritual. So you're putting other people's growth before your fear. That's truly authentic. So when people tell me I'm inauthentic, I don't feel triggered by it. It's just an obvious misprojection, but they don't see it because they are stuck in their kind of like energy vibration frequency, because I guess they cannot imagine anything else. I don't think they can imagine someone who's like extremely authentic. That's also why I don't cut my videos, I don't make thumbnails, because I feel it all adds to some kind of fakeness in a way. Yeah. So authenticity, and some people even talk about authenticity and integrity, like Nityananda did, but in the end he himself is completely fake. So It's interesting. It's an interesting phenomenon. I guess there's very few truly authentic. You know who I consider extremely authentic in a way, but there are issues also which I can get into. I make a separate video on that, but on Eckhart Tolle. But he's extremely authentic in a way. I mean, there are issues, which we can get into. Gotta make a separate video on that.